A warm welcome to all those parents who are still learning to be parents and still finding a perfect answer for art of parenting. Not here to teach you all what is parenting because I think you know it better. I'm just here to share my views and opinions about parenting and the ways as parents we can share our children's experience so that we can stay in their memories tomorrow. So any queries, any suggestions to the session is welcomed. Please do share your valuable thoughts so that I can nurture it in the next session. So without further delay, let's get into understanding what is the science that is involved in parenting. Is there a science actually? You'll have to wait and watch the complete video for it. So let's go. So, how much each of you know your children? So, by just knowing what is your favorite food, color, book, place, etc. So, can a parent say that they know them? We would have always given them everything before they ask, be it from a simple textbook to the costliest iMac book. But have you ever tried to talk to them? Just sit next to them, understand their emotions, just try to put ourselves in their shoes and even understand their feelings. So, if yes, then I think we know our children to a certain extent, but not completely. So, every parent wants their child to be safe and secure. But how far is a question, parents? So, let's say there's a small baby who's trying to climb stairs. Now, how many parents try to hold the baby, scaring that whether the baby would fall down the stairs? And then what we try and do? We carry our baby so carefully, safely up to the stairs, and then we say, "Okay, come, let's go. We've come up." But have you ever thought by doing this, will they ever learn to climb stairs all by themselves? I'm not saying that just leave them, okay? But please be there to guide them, monitor them, allow them to independently climb. And if they fall, ensure you're there to hold them in your arms, letting them know that you're there as a safety measure, but not as an obstacle. Yeah, there are parents who want to show red carpet for their children to walk, but there are very, very few of them who actually allow or let their children walk on road with stones so that they're able to pick and throw these stones away their path successfully with full confidence later in their life. So parents, up to you all to decide whether the child gets their personal space or is surrounded by binoculars. We always say to our children, right? I'm such a carefree parent. I've provided you everything that you need. Everything is there right on your plate. You know how strict my parents were? Yes, somewhere. There is a lot of difference. How our parents were and how we parents are. You know, are. Yes. So how many of you all remember the small phone book where all the phone numbers were there alphabetically? See, it was a pleasure for me, in fact, to go and have that book, even to look at that book and, search for those numbers of our parents or our grandparents. Yes. And parents, I would like to ask you at this point of time, how many phone numbers were you all able to recall at that time? 5, 6, 7? Now things have changed. Technology has advanced. So ideally, you should be able to recall more than 10 or 20 numbers. But actually speaking, how many numbers can you all recall? In fact, sometimes we don't even remember our own second SIM number. Do we, parents? And our children? Maximum 2. And even if you ask them the second number of yours, they also may not able to be, able to recall it. So we may not have had phones when we were young, still we could remember most of the numbers. Siri and Alexa, now they are being our new communication trend. Now, having such a trend, our children actually forgot the basic steps. For an instance, the other day when I was at my friend's place, she had asked her to pick the phone and call her dad. So she very conveniently picked the iPhone and said, "Hey Siri, call dad." And Siri also said, calling dad. It's somewhat confusing, you see. Whose dad is it? So easily our children are able to delegate these tasks. So you think is something which is good? Think about it. And English, yeah, it's a beautiful language, and that's used for communication all around the world. It enriches the vocabulary of children, no doubt. But our current generation's vocabulary, yeah, it's very good because they all have a shortcut. See, initially we used to say, "What's up?" Now what are they saying? "What's up?" And now WhatsApp is a shortcut. Now in this, we can, it's become like WhatsApp has become SUP. So what are we teaching our children? Think about it, parents. And there were times when our parents taught us, how to knead this atta, and so that these things actually helps our gross and fine motor skills. And now at the age of 6 months, our child swipes the screen of the mobile, and we happily put them in a status update. Look at it, and we get the likes and thumbs ups, and we're very happy about it. Have you ever thought this is not the right age for the kid? Swiping the screen will not have any impact on the gross motor skills of the child. Yeah, there were times when our parents used to pull us inside the house from the playground. Even it was 7 o'clock in the evening, 8 o'clock, we would love to play outside. Now the things have been different, where our parents, we push our children to go out, and they are unwilling to do that. That's the current trend. Anyway, not to blame our kids for it, am I right? We have created an indoor play area by giving them or providing them everything that they can play with it inside. And when you ask your child to play football, the child very conveniently says, "I'll do that with my Xbox or PlayStation. I am having my physical activity with Dance Central with an Xbox CD. It's okay, mama or dad, you need not worry about it." So, who's all the reason for all this? Think about it. How many of us have played in mud and rain? And every one of us have enjoyed every moment of those. And those memories are still so fresh. But do we allow our kids to even step out and watch the rain? Or keep their foot on a muddy puddle? We are scared of bacteria. We need sanitizers all the time. So where will the immunity be there, parents, if this is a case? Yeah. Given a 10-minute break from our work, we get engaged in our phones and our children, electronic gadgets. So, but how many of us actually reach out to our children about it? What happened in their classes, especially in the pandemic situation like this? Our kids are all busy with their online classes. How many of us even go and even look at them? Are they actually attending the classes, or what are they trying and doing? Okay, let's come to the smaller ones. How many of us read stories to them? It's very, very important that these children help us in our daily chores. So, do we ask them? Time to think, parents. Time to change our priorities. Parenting is a constant process of learning. It's a continuous process of learning about yourself and about children. It's also a process that you have answers or you don't have answers to all the questions. You need to make a very, very valuable question to yourself. Do I have an answer for it? It's a continuous process of not giving up on your kids, even though you think it's going to be a struggle. It's also a process to understand you're still having your own ideas and dreams and trying to get out of it. It's much more and beyond the stars, parents. What we learned, we will learn. It's not a static skill, but it's something which is very dynamic in nature. So, if you look at it, you have to tell me, what kind of a parent are you? Are you a parent with a high demand and slow responsiveness? Or are you a parent who all the time have these binoculars and keep looking into your child's everything that they do? Or are you a parent who, yes, obey to their commands? Are you a parent who's so uninvolved, or you're so busy? I would say, I wouldn't say uninvolved because each of us are very involved, but how much isn't the question. So keep thinking, and I will get back to you all in my next session with these answers. Thanks for watching the video, and please do share, comment, and do mention if there are any changes that we can make with this video or the session. Thank you all.